No more changing stations, you came to the right place. Turn off your televisions, they'll just get in the way. It's time to get to the point on 107.3. Ike's is on the air with locals only.
Central Kentucky's rock station 107.3 The Point. And John Fred Young, what's going on, man? You left me in Compton the last time I saw you.
We did leave you in Compton on our magical bus ride.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Dude,
it was just where the end road.
Honestly, you where did you fly into? Where did you go?
It was LAX, I think it was. I flew out of LAX.
Yeah, but where did you meet us at?
Seattle. So I got from Seattle. It was like 1,800 miles in like 6 days.
You drove your Dart all the way to Seattle. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was fun, man. We were on the road on the Chickenfoot tour.
On the Chickenfoot tour.
Yeah.
So that wrapped up. Yeah, I did the last day with you, and then you guys came back across country. I know John Lawn took some video for the video Like I Roll while you guys were cruising across, I guess about 3 days coming back across.
Yes, we were. And it was insane because he actually, John would sit up in the front seat with our driver, Bob, and film out the window. And I think he went through a whole carton of L&M cigarettes to stay up just to get that footage. So, but your car and your beautiful self actually drove in our video. That was really cool.
Not as good looking as a girl with boobs, but no.
We couldn't find a girl with boobs, so we had to have beautiful legs.
I don't know if half the girls with boobs could drive a stick shift, honestly, to tell you the truth.
No, there's probably not any.
Not an old stick shift like that. That's
what is it?
No, it's 318. It's 4 on the floor. So.
Yeah, 4 on the floor. That's what all the rock guys say back in the 80s.
3 on the floor, 4 on the floor.
I just realized that I got this text message from our manager, and he's like, "You just missed your radio interview." And I'm like, "No, I'm actually doing my radio interview." He goes, "No, the one at 9:45."
9:45? What were you supposed to do an interview?
I have no idea. I like how we're talking in real time.
Okay, real time. I don't know what time it is.
You lose all time when you get in rock and roll time,
especially on the bus. Now, how does time flow on the bus?
Time is a funny thing on the bus because once you're on it, the whole outside world just seems to disappear sometimes, and that's probably just from the murder screams from Call of Duty and all those fun games that everybody plays. I don't really.
Or is it like an Alan Parsons Project song? Time,
dude. I went to this guy's house one time, and he played me a bunch of weird, funky records in his basement. And he played me this one by this band. I can't say the band's name because they're probably listening. We wouldn't want them to know people. We wouldn't want people to know that they actually had a cool 60s retro flower power album. I'm just going to say the Scorpions' first album sounds like something out of San Francisco. I had no clue. I mean, you have one of the world's most beautiful vinyl collections. I mean, I don't know many people that actually could rival that.
It's I don't know. It's something I've grown up and loved listening to music. So I thought I'd just create a music room with a pool table in the middle of it and a roll like that.
Your man cave is awesome.
But so what's going on? You guys are playing a show coming up, of course, at the Plaza in Glasgow. So folks from E-Town can hit the road. It's 50 miles. It's an hour. It's for a good cause. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it is. Actually, the 14th and 15th of December, we are having our home show, Blackstone Cherry, at the Plaza in Glasgow, Kentucky. So we actually sold out the 14th, which was awesome. It's we haven't played at home in probably, I don't know, 2 years maybe? Since we played in Edmonton for the 150th birthday of the county. That was really cool. We had like 8,000 or 9,000 people out there on the courthouse. And I remember the cops kept telling us, like, the day before, they were like, man, can y'all please do two things? Don't play anything that'll make people go crazy. And please tell people if they're going to drink beer just to, like, kind of hide it. We were like, wow, Metcalfe County, rock and roll. But it went great. We had a really good show there. But, yeah, we're back now. And, yeah, just kind of coming off the road, off the third record. And trying to do, 2 shows around home that they have a great for us it's a great purpose because we get to give back a little bit to the Boys and Girls Club. And it's just for us, I mean, it's like we would like to do a home show every year, but it's just hard because sometimes we're not here, and it takes a lot of preparing and getting things together for that home show, because obviously we're not dealing with just a show that's in Texas somewhere. I mean, this is our home show. We want to make it grand and awesome. So yeah, everybody should, if you've never seen the band, you should come out, and if you have seen the band, then you should come out again. Yeah, you should bring your grandma. You should bring everybody. We're actually suitable for all ages.
Come on out. Heading down the road to Louisville. I know you'd head to Cincinnati. You come on down to Glasgow and check out the show, too. Elizabethtown, not too far down the road. Radcliffe, check out Blackstone Cherry. Let's go old school with some Rain Wizard. How about that?
Let's do a Scorpions track instead.
Rain Wizard, Blackstone Cherry, 107.3 The Point. Rain Wizard, it is Blackstone Cherry, 107.3 The Point, Central Kentucky's rock station. And John, Fred, what's going on? Of course, the Plaza show coming up. They can come on down. The 15th, 14th is sold out. That's Saturday night, the 15th at the Plaza. And that's really the last, United States show you guys are going to be playing for a little while, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't even come. I'd go see Skyfall. It's a pretty good movie. I thought it was the best Bond film, actually, that they've ever had, except for Goldeneye. And that was just because it came out on, N64, and we could sit there and use the golden gun. Are you talking about the show? Yeah. I don't get sidetracked when we do interviews, at all. Somebody right now in their trucks going down the road, and they've got like an 8-ball gear shift, and they're going, I used to love N64.
Right there,
I'm just telling you, because I would, if I was in my truck, I'd be like, yes. Do you ever feel like, okay, when I was in your basement, when you had me tied up, I was looking at all your vintage video games. You have a ton of, I'm not talking Super NES, I'm talking Nintendo, and then Atari.
I'm a super geek. That's what they need to know.
No, you know what? Listen, there's super geek, and then there's sophisticated geek. Okay, anybody that has 2 Atari consoles set up with Pac-Man ready to throw down in one, and had Double Dragon on just original Nintendo, made my blood pressure got so high. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
I just needed to get a bigger television and put it on.
Well, the thing is, like, I'd always laugh because now I tell kids, like, if they come to our shows and stuff, and we get to talking about stuff, and I like to talk about stuff besides just music, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, what do you like to do? And they're like, well, we like to play Call of Duty, and I'm like, God bless. And I'm like, well, that's cool, man. Okay, yeah, Call of Duty. I'm so sick of that game. And they're like,
not like your band members would ever play that.
Yeah, I can't get into it. I mean, yeah, you play it, whatever, but like, I'll tell these like 8-year-old kids, I'm like, yeah, do you ever remember Nintendo? And they're like, what is that? And I'm like, it makes me feel really old. Golly, showing you.
The Wii console changed Nintendo. Nintendo is not the same.
Yeah, you know what? When they came out with the Wii console and they were like, yeah, this is going to help overweight young adolescent children lose weight, how about give them a rake? Like, how about give them like an axe and tell them to go chop some firewood or go turn the friggin' lawnmower on? Like, don't put your kids
to put them in a manual label out in the yard. I make mine go pick up sticks in my yard. So.
Yeah, dude. Like when I was little, I mean, I played Nintendo just like any other kid. And but yeah, dude, we had back in the 30s, man, we had to work hard. our model.
But the point being is you could only stay on those games so long. That's that you gave up after a point in time. You're just like, okay, I need to go out of the yard now. That's what it came down to.
Well, you know what? Listen, when I was a kid, I played in Metcalfe County, and those are kind of my heels. Between Barron and Metcalfe, and I didn't want to go inside. Like that was my Obviously, we started Blackstone Cherry when it was 2001 June 4th, which was Chris's 16th birthday, and yeah, man, like I mean, up until then I was like every day outside, so it was act like that was like 15 years ago. Actually, that's 11 years. No, 12. I can't count. I went to Metcalfe. What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right, let's do another song then. How about that? No, listen to more of the Scorpions. In My Blood. Let's do that. It is Blackstone Cherry, Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point. Central Kentucky's rock station, 107.3 The Point. In My Blood, Blackstone Cherry, of course, playing at the Plaza in Glasgow. A little ways down the road from Louisville, an hour and a half drive. E-Town, about an hour. Head on down the road Saturday night, the 15th, and check out Blackstone Cherry. Tickets still available for that, and the Plaza, a great venue to see a show. What's the about 1,000 seats in there?
It's what when you break it down, it's probably like 1,002 or 3, but who's counting, right? It's
nice old theater to see a band. Acoustics really nice, and of course a lot of history to the place in downtown Glasgow. And you guys excited to play this show because you haven't played out in a little while.
Well, I mean, it's actually a small place for us to play because we're used to the mega arenas. Like being out with the Scorpions in '83. Like I'm gonna say something about the Scorpions. You know what?
Yeah, you were out with Chickenfoot, not the Scorpions. Chickenfoot in the Greek Theater in L.A. That was pretty interesting. I was amazed by taking a shower at the Greek Theater. That I could tell people I took a shower at the Greek Theater.
I actually took a shower there too. John and I are basically we walked up to the observatory, and I think it's right next to the Scientology church, isn't it? But it's something, but maybe not. I don't know. We just walked up there, and everybody kept I told John, I was like, well, that's not suitable for radio, but I just told him, I'm like, it's so funny, because I had this really tight tank top on, and I've got a farmer's tan anyway, and I'm like, do you know how goofy we look? Like we were really if you don't know, the LA Observatory, it's way up on top of this hill, and you've got to hike so far. And the Greek Theater is at the bottom, and that was our last show on the Chickenfoot run this year, back in May or June. And yeah, it was incredible, man. We get to climb up there and look at down on the city. Of course, you see the Hollywood sign off in the distance, and it's a beautiful place, but it ain't as beautiful as Kentucky. So,
well, I thought it was pretty beautiful on the beach there. We did walk down the beach, and that's where some of the filming actually ended up on the. Nobody's here.
Do you realize we filmed people and didn't even use them for that video, and we had to have Axe went with us when we were filming Like I Roll, our song, and the video for the song, and it was just funny because we would actually stop people, and we didn't know what we were doing. We were just trying to film random footage because our label's too sorry to give us any money to make a music video, and we have to do things like that. So let's harp on the label for 5 minutes. No, back to the song. What is that noise? What is going on? Okay, sorry. Yeah, we had a good time, and I remember
there was a guy on the beach, and you guys did a bunch of filming with him. Do you remember this? And yeah, he was just like, you can't use any of it.
Well, he was this really cool hippie guy, and he was sitting around. He was like, when you say beach bum, he was indeed a bum, and he was just chilling, enjoying life, and he had a cool Eric the Red beard, Viking beard, and we were like, dude, you're a really, very colorful soul. Can we get you on our video? Our song's about, living free, and it's, having that wind in your hair, as cliche as that sounds, and just like living life to the fullest,
Bugs in your beard.
Bugs in your beard. And he was like, hey, really, I felt like I was a casting director for some Michael Bay epic, action film. No, it would have been like The Notebook, if you saw that movie. Like with
No, I didn't have it.
Gosling. You didn't curl up in front of
No, absolutely not.
warm popcorn in your Snuggie.
No, I don't have any company to do anything like that.
Well, anyway, I know this one chick. Her name's Steve. Listen, we were on the beach and we were trying to interview so many of these random people to be in our video because we had a deadline and it was so hard because we just didn't have a budget. And the Roadrunner's budget was going to be a pack of peanuts and like Lonely Crow by Scorpions. And
you got what, the lifeguard dudes? You did get the lifeguard dudes, and they were not very animated. They were like, I want to sit here.
I mean, that was crap. Like, I wanted them to, like, they're these like 19-year-old buff hunk dudes, and I'm like, show me some Hasselhoff, dude. Quit being lame. And they're just sitting there like picking their nose. I'm like, dude, chicks like want to see this video, so please, like, can you like
go out in the water and rescue somebody, please, right now?
Can you save a beer bottle on this rancid beach? But anyway, this dude, back to this pirate.
Eric the Red with the beard.
Eric the Red. We're like, dude, we're telling him about the song, and he's like, well, man, he's stoned out of his gourd, and he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna dig this song and the message, man, and I couldn't represent my soul through the camera. And I was like, all right, man. I was like, and I worked with him for like 15 minutes. I was like, bro, listen, we're, this is a chance, like, for you to help us out, and like we can help. And I ended up giving him like $10 or $15, and I just felt like, dude, I hope the guy like went and at least bought like a Scorpions record or something. Like, no, but we had fun. You were out on tour with us.
Out on tour. Wrapped it up in Los Angeles, and you guys were out on the road. And I know you made a trip through Colorado and hung out with another person that's on this radio station, Wendy. And I want to hear the story about the chair she talks with me about. There's supposedly some magical chair that she had that magically ended up on your bus.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me tell you something. Wendy, bless her sweet soul, we went to the radio station, and this was probably a couple years back, and it was, man, I really want to think that man, I don't know what I do. I don't know what I do anymore. Like I run around collecting antiques, giving drum lessons. I wish we were back on the road because I feel like, when guys come home from the Army and they're like there and then they want to go back to the Army. Like, that's what I feel like.
What do I do?
Like Ricky Bobby when he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, we've been off tour for 3 months, and I've grown a beard and shaved it, and I've found 2 kittens, and now I'm the father of cats. And listen, back to the story. Wendy.
Meow.
Yeah, meow. Wendy gave us a chair, and it was straight out of something science fiction. It was called a hula chair, and I remember sitting in a chair in the radio station, and I just wouldn't shut up about it, probably because I'm ADD, and I kept analyzing the chair. And you gotta imagine this thing has a seat in it that looks like a donut. It looks like the seats that you have to get when you need to poop but you've hurt your butt. Right. And what are those, when you have a baby or break your tailbone?
Yeah, they're like hospital chairs, like you'd sit in with, like you got to go, and you could just sit on it and go.
You know what BSC stands for, right? Bedside commode. So we that's our band initials, if you don't know that. That's what we named our band after. Anyway, that was funny. I thought it was funny. I actually just thought it was one big pile of hot poop. Anyway, so yeah, Wendy gave us this great chair because she's such a sweet gal, and it's up at my grandmother's garage. It was at the practice house for a long time, but people started doing dirty stuff on it, so we had to take it up to my grandma's, my sweet grandma that makes apple dumpling turnovers, and now that filthy erotic chair is in her garage, And listen, when you plug it in, you know.
So it plugs in what?
Yeah, it plugs in, dude. Like it's like one of those chairs you sit your butt in, and it literally shakes you, and it rocks your pelvic. It thrusts you around. You hold the top of it. I wish you guys could see me right now. I'm trying to show axis motion. It's like a, it's like a like you're hula hooping, but you're sitting down. It's supposed to work your abs. It's one of those like deals like back in the 40s and 50s when they had the tummy. What was that thing where the chair?
The tummy chair. I don't know.
No, that's what all the chicks in LA get. What's the it's like a big band, and it went around your back, and it went back and forth.
Lap band.
And I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's what Randy Jackson got. I'm talking about the deal. Like you see all the black and white photos of the chicks like standing there, and they got this huge like cloth around.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth.
Right. So it's for exercise, supposedly.
It's for exercise. This chair was for exercise, but I think it got a little more extra caloric. I say that word for me. I'm so extra.
Extracurricular.
Yeah, that's why is that so hard?
Yeah.
It's like
Extracurricular.
extracurricular, extraterrestrial. Do you know what's a hard word to say? Is rural.
Rural.
That's a hard word to say. Like
I'm gonna get those rural.
I mean, no, like when you're like talking about a community, like what
Rural.
I just call it sticks. Like we live out in the middle of nowhere.
BFE.
BFE. Do you know we were an hour ago we were trying to figure out how to start our own radio station so we could sit out and have a man cave in the woods and broadcast scorpions.
Isn't that like we're Axlis?
Isn't that like we're Axlis? No, I actually get. I mean, you're pretty cool, dude. I mean, I expected to have a lot more ropes and shackles and stuff like that. And it was pretty cool, dude. You got a cool place.
That's like I roll. How about that?
People are gonna think you fed me ecstasy over here.
Like I roll, Blackstone Cherry. We will roll with that. And of course, you can check out the video 1073thepoint.com. John Fred Young, thank you, sir.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's great. So, do you? Hang on. Thank you. Listen, did you tell the people that your car's in that video and you were in that video, or did I say that earlier and just forgot?
Yeah, I think everybody promoted that except me because I'm just not like that. So.
Yeah, that's like all the songs everybody else cuts on us, and they like put them on South African Idol, and we don't get paid for it.
Yeah, I'm a doofus and in like I roll because that's my car, but it is a cool video, and you should check out and memorize the words.
Dude, just you know what? You don't even have to like our band. Just please come to the show on the 15th so we can fill it up, and it doesn't look like nobody wanted to come see us. It's gonna be a good show. Seriously, we've got jugglers, we've got cats and dogs for sale, and
the hula chair. You gonna bring in the hula chair?
It's gonna be there. Yeah, we're gonna be giving free face tattoos by a local artist that drinks a lot. So, no, I'm just saying. Look, dude, if you haven't had a 1998 tribal piece done, we can get it for you at this show. We thought about trying to incorporate a lot of weird things at this show, but then we thought, you know what, our show's strange enough. Why would we even want to have sideshow oddities? Like, we should take a whole circus on the road. Just have like one semi truck full of like nothing but like just strange hillbilly backwoods stuff, and just
free nipple piercing.
Free nipple piercing. How about free cat massages? 10-year-old, just, dude, listen to my great-grandmother.
Free cat massages, that would be very bad.
I'm not kidding you. My great-grandmother, God rest her soul, she was a beautiful, wonderful woman. She made sweet tea that literally looked like maple syrup. She had a cat that lived for 32 years. I'm not joking you. This cat was, I just wanted you guys to know she had a cat that lived. I didn't know cats lived that long.
I don't know. I've got a cat that I think my mom still has that's like 20 years old, which is pretty old.
Do you realize how long that is in human years? That's like 400 years old. Just come to the show on the 15th. Go buy your tickets. It's going to be fun. And listen, if you don't like our band, you can talk to me and we'll put it on Tosh 10 or something. It'll be fun.
There you go. John Fred Young, Blackstone Cherry, Like I Roll. Central Kentucky's Rock Station 1073 The Point.